Welcome back. Today I'm going to be working with my Palomino mare. She's roughly 10 years old. She's grayed. She came from a home where she was a bottle baby and babied her whole life. And she was never really worked with. The lady I got her from needed some money for medical bills, so I purchased her. And here we are. So today in this video I'll be working with her, trying to get her, she knows nothing. She's halter broke and that's about it. I've had the saddle on her a few times. You put any weight to it, she bucks. You have the saddle on her, anything happens, she bucks. I've tried to hobble her just to teach her that, and she's took off galloping. So there's a lot to do. She doesn't know how to lunge. She doesn't really know how to give to pressure. She's in your space, in your pocket, anytime she's scared. So we'll be working with all of that. And yeah, her name is Scooter. That's the name she came with. I don't love it, but we keep it anyways. A lot of this I'll speed up so I don't bore you too much. Here I started with tying her. She's not hard tied. She's tied to a tie ring where they can step back and pull slack if needed. She needs to learn some patience and kind of just calm down so I can work with her here. Here I'm approaching her and you can see her. She kind of changes, calms back down. She does not like being alone. She had another mare with her whole life. Unfortunately, that mare isn't with her anymore. But she has other horses now. My other mare, my geldings, stuff like that. So she's not alone. But I'm trying to make a useful horse out of her, not just a pasture pet. Here she's trying to get in my space. I kind of nudge her out, trying to reach for the flag without her running me over. And then here I'm letting her know I have it and just back up. To stay out of my space a little bit. This is my space. I'm trying to show her that. She's very worried about the other horse that's outside this middle of the barn. So they're whinnying back and forth. Trying to get her to move her feet forward, backwards, left to right, all the stuff. Get her paying attention to me. Okay, now we're speeding this up. Just trying to get her feet moving, get her brain working, get her more focused on me. And for some reason, that's really, really hard for this horse. She does not focus on me very well. She's pretty desensitized to the flag. She's just an older horse, doesn't really care. She's like, oh, it's just a flag, no big deal. Moving around, trying to do the same thing to both sides. Brush her down. She's got a good dreadlock in her tail, so eventually I work with that. There, I was trying to put some weight on her. Just rub her, spin her around, get her moving her hindquarters, getting her moving on her front quarters. Then here I'm throwing the lead rope over her butt, teaching her to give to pressure and not just follow me. It works really good because I'll be on the opposite side that they're getting the pressure from. And in real time, that horse really had to think about it. The one time she turned into me and then the rope got tight on her butt and she kind of panicked, but then she stopped and thought about it and spun the right way. Here I'm just moving her feet again, desensitizing her a little at the same time. Desensitizing and sensitizing her to the flag. She's really not sensitive to the flag, so it's hard to get her to move. Eventually, I use one of my other flags that I have a trash bag tied to. Here, I'm letting her think about what we just did, tying her up again, letting her calm down. She's doing a lot better standing this time. She's licking and chewing a little right there even. Looks like we're back in real time here. Let me speed this back up. Okay, we're sped back up here. Getting the saddle out and the saddle pad. Gonna work with her being saddled a little bit. She's been saddled before. The first time was pretty rough, but she's pretty good to it now, so I just threw it on both sides a couple times. Got her ready, prepared for the saddle, do a little approach and retreat. Get the cinch on, the front cinch, the back cinch, and then here in a second, the breast collar falls down. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. Yeah. She took off bucking there. It was hard to see at this speed. But she calmed down pretty quick, got the breast collar on, and we're back to it, moving her feet around, doing small circles, one way, the other way, flag over the head, flag on the saddle, make her think something's on her back. Just moving her feet, trying to keep at it. Put the flag back on her, move her feet some more, and see when she does this, it's hard to see at the speed, but she just about crawls over top of me. So I grab the other, here's the trash bag flag, and that really, you can see the speed really picks up here. And I'm trying to do this to the point where she's not panicking. I want her to still think about this stuff. And I'm not trying to scare her with the flag, but I'm trying to get her to move her feet is the best way possible. So this is what I'm doing. It's working so far. You can't be afraid to try things, or you'll never know what works and what doesn't. I'm not a horse trainer. I'm just working with horses that I have, trying to make this horse have a more valuable life, something I could maybe use, or if the right home comes along eventually, she'll be a little more usable than just a pasture pet. I mean, if somebody wants her as a pasture pet, perfect. But until then, while she's with me, I'm going to try and make her usable, get her in a little better shape, work with her, get her mind working. Back to desensitizing, showing her MySpace, all that stuff. Here I'm going to start putting some weight and pressure on the saddle, getting her to brace up. I never did step all the way on. I didn't want to ruin what we had going here. She was doing pretty good with me getting beside her. And I'm flexing her at the same time. That's why her feet are moving. She's not really used to being flexed, her neck flexed, and having to keep her feet still. So she wants to spin every time I do that. We just do that, some approach and retreat, and keep working with her at it. Sped the video up a little more here so I don't lose you. It's just kind of the same thing over and over, just trying to get her to move her feet, get her to think, get her to pay attention to me, respect me, get used to pressure, release, approach and retreat, get her comfortable with things, comfortable with doing things with the saddle on her, and just get her to respect me as an alpha, as her leader. And here I tie her again, tie her with the saddle, let her think about what she's learned. It's always good to tie your horse for 5-10 minutes after you work them. Lets that soak in a little bit. And here I raked the barn a little while I was waiting on her. You can't see me now, but I unsaddled her. And now we're on to my other mare. This is Cricket. She's also a grade mare. She is 6 to 8 years old, given her teeth, and our teeth horse dentist says she's about 6 to 8 years old. So I'm probably more 7, 8, I would think. But she's green broke, so we're kind of do the same things with her, but a little faster. She also doesn't lunge for some reason. Whoever broke her, I got her from a trader that lives on an Indian reservation, and supposedly she was born and raised there, but you never know. And I don't know how she was broke, if they broke her or not. That scar on her back is from one of our geldings. It's not a scar, it's just a bite mark that's healing. It doesn't bother her at all now. There's hair growing back in, so none of this is going to bother that, but that's what that is. That should heal up fine. So same thing, I'm going to pause it here and I'm going to speed it up. We'll go a little faster with Cricket. Unfortunately, I did ride her, but my camera died about a quarter of the way into this training session. So she's very sensitive to the flag, but she still doesn't lunge very well. I must really start working with these two on getting them to lunge, getting them to face, know how to connect. Scooter, the Palomino, is really easy to catch, but Cricket here can be a pain. And when you teach them to face and stuff, it makes it a lot easier to catch them. Here I'm doing the same thing. I'm putting the lead rope over their butt, standing on the one side and pulling, and it teaches them to give to the pressure and not just to follow me. Cricket did really good with that. She spins on a dime. She's really soft. This horse is a soft, smooth mover. I really want to be able to rope off of her this year, so I'm working on desensitizing her with the rope, tossing it on her butt, squeezing it, getting in all the uncomfortable spots, just letting her hear the noise of the rope. You can see Scooter sticking her nose through the barn wall there. And here, I think I had Cricket's halter off. I put it back on. Put the tarp on her, desensitize her to the tarp. So I also use her as a pack horse, and it's good to have all that going. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.